Happy sunny and warm cast iron Wednesday. It is April the something. 7th or the 8th? I'm not sure what day it is. I think it's April the 8th. Anyways, the theme for April 2026 for Cast Iron Wednesday is fun. And when I think of fun food, I think of chicken fingers. So that's what we're going to make for dinner. Let's do it. Alright, here we go. I got oil in my cast iron skillet. The heat is on. We'll just get that come up to temperature. I'm going to make some broccoli to go with this. We got some rice in the rice maker to go with this. And here's what we're going to do. It is super simple. There is still no flour in the house. So I'm using breadcrumbs that are seasoned with some Italian seasoning. And we have chicken tenders. All we're going to do is dip the chicken tenders, coat them in the breadcrumbs, cook them in the oil, stick them on the plate, have some supper. It doesn't get much easier than that. Wish me luck. I'm having a bad kitchen day. I made grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch and I got the lid stuck on the pan and it was a whole fiasco. Hopefully tonight goes way better. How do you like your new frying pan? Yeah? Yeah, that worked out well, didn't it? Alright, there is one step before we make our chicken fingers. You gotta dry your chicken. If your chicken is wet, the coating, the breadcrumbs, the flour, the whatever you use is going to fall off. I don't want my coating falling off, so there we go. Just dry it with paper towel, and then I can go right into the seasoning. Chicken fingers coming up. All right, here we go. Let's make some chicken fingers. Coat it. Into the oil. Coat it into the oil. I should have maybe put a little more oil in my pan. Coat it into the oil. Nothing in there. I think we'll do one more right now. Oh. A little bit in there and didn't have it. There we go. Alright, and then into the oil. There we go. So I'm going to have to do is turn these because there's not enough oil to cover them. Just keep turning them. And that one didn't have so much on it. Let's get another one in there. There we go. These aren't going to be super crispy. That's okay. Just want something other than boring, plain old chicken. And we're just going to keep flipping them. Just let it cook evenly. Go. Again, we're trying to be somewhat healthy with our cooking around here. I'm cooking for my mom and my brother. We've got some health concerns we need to be conscious of when I'm cooking. Oops, get in the way of that sun. Oh, that one wasn't ready yet. That's okay. There we go. I got two more over here. Not enough oil. Too many breadcrumbs. That's okay. And these breadcrumbs are super simple to make. You just take your any bread that's left over that's going stale and bust it up. Put it in a food processor, magic bullet, blender, whatever. pound it in a bag, and turn them into breadcrumbs. Never, ever, ever waste stale bread. Add a little seasoning in. In this case, we're using just Italian seasoning. My mom and my brother don't like too much spice. At home, I'd put a little cayenne pepper in there, but this is going to be just fine. Go. I'm going to risk crowding my pan. Put another one in here. Yeah, chicken fingers. My rice is done. Turn that off. So I guess I'll just unplug it, and then I can just sit there. My broccoli is not on yet. I want to get ahead on these. Probably good enough now. Turn that broccoli on. And then have a nice, simple dinner for Cast Iron Wednesday. Alright, the first three I put in there are done. So I put them back in the breadcrumbs, put a little more on, and then when those guys are done, I'm going to throw those back in there and see if we can make them extra crispy. It's a little bit of an experiment that we can eat. Alright, I believe they are done. Take them out of here one at a time. The Blue Jays are playing. We're watching the Blue Jays game in the other room, and they've just come back from losing to now winning. It's pretty exciting, even though it's early season. Alright, there we go. There are our chicken fingers just cooling down. Broccoli, I believe, is ready. Yep, and so is the rice. Alright, turning my broccoli off here, and we're going to steam it. We're going to strain it. There we go. It's going to go, it's going to go back in the pan. Put the butter in there with it. And then it'll be time for dinner. Butter in there. There we go. Alright, broccoli. Chicken, rice. Time for dinner. Alright, just like before, we're going to dry them off a little bit with a paper towel so they're not too oily. They're a little drippy when they came out of the pan. But there we go. Chicken fingers. Easy peasy. Alright, because we're being fun, we're going to be fancy with our rice here. I'm using the rice cup from my rice cooker. That's how you measure the amount of uncooked rice to put in. But you can also use it to make your meals a little more fancy-dancy. So just put cooked rice in here, pack it in. I'm going to take that upside down onto the plate, and ta-da! Look at that. It's like right out of a restaurant. There we go. That's what it looks like all plated up. Broccoli, rice, and our homemade chicken fingers. It's time for dinner. There we go. It's dinner time. The first taste test goes to
Mama.
Mama. She hates it when I do this, but she hasn't disowned me yet.
Right.
Yeah? All right. Bubba?
Yep.
Gonna try your chicken?
I already did.
You already, it was good?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Yay!
Stop.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. All right, it's my turn. Do recommend.